Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. Just a quick one today because I have finally finished the Kinfinity Gauntlet. The Infinity Gauntlet made out of K-valves. Yes, and you are not seeing this incorrectly, but I can now dual wield Bach 50K3s. 50K3Ls. These both have 10.5-inch bells. One is gold brass, one is yellow brass. And not only can I do that, but if I had somehow a robot arm or something, I could also wield my 36K as it's set up right now. I have 5 K-valves at the same time. So real quick, let's talk about them. This is the oldest one, of course. This actually started as basically this instrument. Let me put down this because it's quite heavy. This came to me as a Bach Corporation 36K, which is never a thing that existed, but somebody had modded it to be that way. I had my tech widen the slide because the K-valve really got up in your neck with the 36 slide width, which is just a little bit less than 42s, of course. And it was pretty good, but we decided to chop it up and make it modular. Not only so I could put different bells on, but so that this had a large connector so I can use it on 42s, and that this can also be used on 42s with the big slides. And it also has a reverse tuning slide, of course, so fits artisan fittings, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I could put different bells on. This is actually the bell that it came with. Yes, I just got this in the mail, the original 36 Corporation. I had another bell for a bit that's still in a box, but I just wanted to put this together kind of as it was. It will never be exactly the same. The tuning slide is a different crook. It's not the original one. But this is pretty close. And I've only played a few notes on it so far. I've actually been testing all of my modular tenor stuff, and the K-valve wasn't really singing to me. It was okay, but it's just a little tight. There's something about it that wasn't quite K-valve-y enough for me. So it's actually going to get worked on. But in this setup with a 36 bell, 36 slide, it feels good. So we'll see. Maybe it'll just stay like this. I don't know. Also familiar to those of you who view many videos is the 50K3LG. So large gold bell, 2 K-valves in independent configuration. Of course, they only came independent, thankfully. This horn I'm already going to sell to somebody. They've all but paid for it. I just happen to have it right now. So it's not really going to stick around forever. It is a very cool sounding horn. I actually really enjoy playing it. I just don't see myself using it in the real world. And as I've said many times, I'm not a collector, even though looking at my house, it might kind of look like I am a collector. This is something that I don't need to keep around because it will bring someone else joy when I don't need to be hogging it. But what I did just get is a 50K3L. So yellow bell, but the exact same thing. This is actually an LT 50K3L. The other horn was also LT, came with an LT slide that is now gone. And this has the aftermarket option for a removable lead pipe, which I have not seen on a 50 before. I've seen them on 42s. So that's pretty cool. Literally just got this in the mail. As you can tell, the stop arm plate, is that what this is called? I can't remember. On this valve is totally loose. The screws are loose. So the valve is totally out of alignment. K-valves are kind of neat in that you can just loosen the screws on the stop arm plate and you can move it around and just put the whole valve in alignment without trimming bumpers or doing anything. That is very cool, but it's also an operation that requires like 5 hands to do correctly. So that's going to take like an hour today to get these valves in alignment. But they do feel pretty good, and just based on my first few notes on this, it plays pretty well. Am I going to keep this? No. I had someone ask if I ever saw a 50K3, I would let them know, and guess what? I found one for them. So this will probably get sold to that exact person, and if not, someone else might want it too, because strangely enough, I am really digging these L bells. Like, I'm not sure if I need one for myself, but they really do sound pretty good. They're a little just different than the 9.5-inch bells, the normal Bach 50 bell, but they're not bad. I'd always just had this impression that they just were bad. One of the first bass drum ones I played in college was a 50B20L, so it had open wraps, dependent valves, and the L bell, and that horn just sucked. It was not good, and so I just had a negative impression of these bells for a long time. But having played 3 or 4 of them now on different horns, I don't hate them. I had one that was on the Thayer valve instrument I had for a while, about 2 years ago now, and that bell was actually one of the better bells that I've ever had. I think I sold it on a different instrument, and maybe I shouldn't have because it was really good. This horn, I'm going to fix it up. I might make a video about tearing down the valves and fixing them up. That's a lot of effort though, so maybe not. I might do that on a later horn. And just get it all fixed up and ready to go, and then we'll probably get sold to some very lucky person who wants some K-valves in their lives. So I have 5 K-valves right now, which is probably just about the most of anybody on the planet who's not literally like a retail store, and those don't have them either. So that's a dubious honor that I have, but at least 4 of those will be gone soon. And the one on my 36, I'm not entirely sure about either. And someone actually messaged me in the comments on one of these videos asking if I wanted to get rid of it. So maybe I'll have 0 K-valves in the near future. I like these valves, but I don't really feel the need to use them over some of my other options. For instance, we'll talk about this very soon, my new Hagman setup. So that's the Kinfinity Gauntlet. I don't see myself getting a lot more K-valves in the future unless these keep popping up, in which case I might keep buying them. But it's pretty neat to have 5 at the same time. That's all I got. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.